Hi guys, it's always fun to test out something new, and one of the things that came to my attention is a distro that's called downloads, BigLinux. Alright, so BL, BigLinux. Don't like to type a lot, as you see. And then we have choose a disk file, BigLinux 2023, March 11. Start. Let's have a look. And guess what? It uses Calamares. These buttons kind of look like Vimix, right? So a theme, a grub theme. Start with proprietary drivers, support for new NVIDIA GPUs or Broadcast wireless, and so on. Or start with those other guys. Advanced options with proprietary drivers or open source drivers. Now, all of you can do exactly the same that I do. Press E. And then you read, right? More technical, okay, I get it. I see MISO base directory Manjaro, okay, BigLinux, boot splash and all that. Drivers non-free, NVIDIA DRM mode set as 1, the full mode set as 0. And so on. You read what it all says. Some of the things you get, some of the things you don't get. You just Google the text. I see it in there. New stuff that I've never seen. So voila, what is clear CPU ID 514? Google and you'll know, right? In essence, that's not for a user to know, right? Just choose one of those or go further down the list. And we get a little bit more stuff. Open in installer, open in Plasma, open in terminal. All the references to a Manjaro class, x86-64. Default power state mix. It looks complicated, right? I don't know what all this is and what it does. So I'm gonna go for open source drivers, which is probably the best for VMware, because yes, VirtualBox, I mean, of course, because VirtualBox does not need NVIDIA. So let's do that and investigate Calamares. This is Plymouth, in case you're wondering. A little design or animation if you waiting, and it shows you something. Now I need to scroll here to Chinese, Dutch the Netherlands, Dutch Belgium. So I guess this is my keyboard, an LBE, and it's this one. Choose it. It's not Calamares, is it? But I thought it was somewhere. Maybe they've changed. Anyway, kies het thema van de toepassing. Why is it now in Dutch? I don't want Dutch. I can't go back. Nope, I can't. So guys, you'll look at the video and let's take fluent dark. In Dutch, kies uw bureaublad. Choose your desktop. Let's go for the next generation. Okay, so this is, I think, the pre-setup or something like that. So we got here installeer systeem, which is install system, right? We have the application launcher. And Kate is there, so we know already what it's gonna be. That's the dock. Now we know it's Latte, right? So it's pretty much, if you know Zero Linux already, then you know what Latte is. They use it too. Let's install the system. And do we have Calamares? It says he's using the EFI mode, but I didn't find anything. Another system and so on. Carry on. And will you like to carry on in EFI mode? Is sure thing. Oh my god, all in Dutch. Sorry guys. Talking about the Btrfs partition for snapshots. We can use it. If you have a system restore program, we have a system restore program. If you're in need of using it, you need to do this. It needs to be used in live mode and so on. No, thank you. We recommend automatic partitioning. Continuar, that's not translated, so it's Brazilian. with fsync, without fsync, data registration, desist, what's that, desist? Anyway, it's not Dutch, so I guess you need to make another translation there, guys. Desist is not Dutch. So I don't know, let's take the default, that was blue. And there is my Calamares, right? Let's go back to English. American English, thank you very much. Next, Brussels, cool. Belgian, cool. Let's have a quick look at the debug. No, not at the debug actually. At the again, Eric, you missed it. About. All right, so it's not the 3.3 branch. It's the latest release, 2.3.2. Erase disk. What are the possibilities? That's it. And he'll make the decision to do a FAT32 with ButterFS. No things, or maybe like this then. Probably. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, let's go away. Erase disk. Next. Too much. Login automatically without asking for the password. Let's have a look at the is it SDM? Probably, since we're kind of Plasma. And now we can click here to follow along as any ISO developer would. You check out what's in there. Now, this is a lot of information, and maybe it's just better to go to Dolphin. Let's see if I right Control F makes mine look better. Yes, it does, right? It's much better now. So we go to etc in Calamares. Is there something there? Yes, you read everything that's there. Okay, I need to have, I think it's called Kate. Let's see if that works. Can I drag? No up, full, no up. Well, here it is. I thought, I hate it, it's not present. Click. Sure. Okay, it's not what I liked, Kate. You did not do what I thought you would do. So it's gonna populate ArchLinux, Manjaro, and BigLinux keys. And system enable. Okay. Welcome conf. Required RAM, which is very low, and 4 gigabytes. Not gonna work, I think. No, that's too little. I think. I don't know. They tested. The first time I tested, so I don't know. All kind of services they want to be installed, present, working. Post configuration, the key rings, partitioning. So if you wanna decide something else in BigLinux, you don't want ButterFS, you better go to this code and say I'm gonna use X4, right? And run Calamares. Yes, they do have the Manjaro way of looking at the hardware, right? Machine ID, time zone 61, or 62 at this point in time. These are all the things. Okay, so we're kernel 6.1, fallback, timeout, and run grub install, grub rope, and so on. Okay, BigLinux, and last but not least, here's the configuration: welcome, locale, keyboard, partition, and so on. And then we do this. All the files we've seen. That's the order of things. Here we get the configuration of the hardware. There's some kind of fix in here for grub. Another ButterFS fix. That's technical. You should check it out. Why and how that is. if you are an ISO builder. If you're not an ISO builder, you couldn't care less. Restart. Done. Now check it out. I did not look really well, but I don't think there was anything else but Plasma. So VM Linux and so on. Lots of text behind there. You see it. Int remap off, and then skew tick 1 and all kind of things. Anyway, we boot up. Nice, right? So there is a choice. Oh, what's that? Control center. So since we know Plasma X11, let's go to the control center. There's also a virtual keyboard, and big enough for anybody to see. And now we, oh, should have clicked that. There we go. This is the control center. Just that, I guess. So main, team server, open, restore, open, system, open, snap, drop, and so on. Network, internet, connect to the internet, the phone, customized, region, language, multimedia, system, about, okay, all right. So it's called Manjaro kernel. So what we haven't done, can I, yes, when I close it here back, thank God. So Plasma X11, this we know, of course. Voila. We've chosen something Latte look, right? The Latte doc, and right mouse click, edit doc. It's all about, yeah, look and design. Eh? Hello, Eric. Hi. BigLinux. Let's click here. Create your avatar. Brave is a browser. KD Connect. Big driver. Manager. Suppose that's a derivative, or the Manjaro thing, or their own code. Like I said, this is the first time ever on here, so I don't know. Remove, not gonna remove my driver for virtual machine. Whoa, that's interesting. Super Q I clicked with because of my experience with all the tiling managers. I wanted to quit this thing. Super Q is not quitting anything, right? No, definitely not. Okay, can I quit this thing then? Somehow I can reload this. Suppose it's here. Yep. Okay. So these are the breadcrumbs, and I move through it. They get a different color. Got it. Bye. Then the menu. Let's quickly look at some games and stuff. Well, games not, but the names of the games already. Choices, right? There are so many beautiful applications in Linux. You know what? You need to choose. Only audio and video together is maybe 50 applications, right? You got to choose. Can't put them all on there. Some web apps. They are loving web apps, right? So check it out, whatever it is. Web apps Google as well. Definitely web oriented, so to speak. Et voila. It's a visit. It's a short one, 14 minutes. How about updating? Let's see if sudo pacman. Ouch. Where's my Azerty? Right? it's either me or it's not. It did not happen. How do we fix that? Sudo pacman -syyuu. So we've got BigLinux update stable, core extra community multilib, and BigLib. Okay, fine. Then we say Control T. Yes. Nano. Nano. etc. pacman.d. And what do we have? The mirror list. M is here. So we're going to Manjaro, Moson, and Chemnitz, DE. So basically this is a Manjaro spin-off. If I'm correct in assuming that. If not, please respond. Did not do any reading. Downloaded the thing. Et voila. There is a 62 coming in. I wonder why is a 61 coming in. If there's a 62 coming in, there must be a reason for it. Linux latest, Linux 61, 61, and 62. No, that's not working, Eric. That's the keyboard that we have. So in the boot, we have 61, 62. And here's your BigLinux and the grub PNG background. Probably gonna be just very tiny small thingy and then stretched all over. So yeah, finished. This is what we get. We have time shift ButterFS doing its job. Sudo pacman. Oh, let's set this thing here. Where's the settings? Let's see. Maybe we must do it with Control Center. And set our region and language with, it's actually the keyboard that I want. There you are. Keyboard. Layouts. Configure layouts. Add Belgian. That one. Okay. English. You're out. Okay, first stand this up and then this out. Alright, apply. Okay. Log out. Super X is doing something. Super X. Super X. Yep. So there's a key binding in there. I want to log out. How do I log out in this system? Power a session, log out, log out. Do I have Azerty? And that's why my password is great. It doesn't, it has no influence with keyboards. Yay! So happy, right? I've got my Azerty back. What else? There's a mic of a micro noise filter, night control, performance stuff, faults, power display, KD connect things. So a lot of things are installed. Things you want or maybe you don't want. Aha, look at that, right? Guess who this is? Pamac 10.43. Let me think. Control-T, I'm going to ArchLinux here. Sudo pacman -remove our ArcoLinux Pamac tool. which is not that version. 10.5 is the version at this point in time. Am I missing an update? Control T. Sudo pacman -syyuu. I was just thinking, if there is a stable one, maybe there's a not so stable one, right? Maybe it's in there. UTC pacman.conf. Let's see. Parallel download 7, that's good. And then here is the stable version, the core, extra, community, multilib, BigLinux stable. There's nothing unstable to be added. Okay, what else? SuperCube is not working here. Obviously, what I want to check as well always is Control H, make this bigger. Oh yeah, another thing. Yay. Oh, sure it is, right? Yay, Sublime Text. Yes, of course. Sublime Text 4. I know exactly what to type. That's the one. Number 1. Go grab it. And we've tested an AUR build as well. And then we do open with other application, zbl, blind text, remember applications and so on. Yes, okay. Make this bigger and let's have a look. Debian reference here. All right. Is there anything ZSH alike? Yes. There is a user share BigLinux ZSH config somewhere that we can have a look at. So this line here, Control C. We can have a look. If I had Thunar, probably Dolphin as well, I'm not sure. Let's get Thunar. In here I can just copy paste, I hope, Control V. Yep. So voila. That's what's in there. Power level 10K. So power level 10K is probably installed. Okay. All right. So Thunar, super key. Nope. Then we click here. Thunar is there and looks nice as well. So this one or that one. Use what works. Dibwa will probably do a make directory of data, go inside data, git clone, https, github.com, Eric Dubois, ArcoLinux-nemesis, get it, cd, ArcoLinux-nemesis, and go for dinner. Let this machine do its work. And that's what I think most of us love about Linux, that we have employees. Yeah, we can put our system to work with a bash script, well, a script bash, being here the one doing the work here. Actually, I don't know that. Control T, new fetch. Yes, beautiful logo. Compliments, made in Brazil, very proudly. Where is it? Bash, there it is, shell in the middle. All right, up. So in the meantime, he's adding my personal repository, Nemesis repo, has been added to the system. We do not install anything from the Nemesis repo, nothing to do. And then it keeps on going, getting the ArcoLinux keyring in, adding ArcoLinux repos in, installing a lot of applications, not only from ArcoLinux, but also mostly actually from Arch. ArchLinux tweak tool is installed, and we can test some things. And this will happen, right? If you're on a system that has a certain package. No, sorry, again. Oh yeah, okay, let's not explain it differently. You have two applications and both of them have the same file. Pacman says failed to commit transaction because conflicting files. So if that happens, you need to remove one of them. You need to choose one of them. So okay, that one goes and this one goes in. So that's why I have in this particular folder that's now in data, ArcoLinux Nemesis, I have line 400. Open. And when you open this, you'll see I make tests. If I am on ArchLinux, I'm gonna do this, nothing to remove. If I am on Carly, which is another ISO, I'm gonna remove this and this and that. If I am on a riser, which is another ISO, I'm gonna remove nothing. If I am on ArcoLinux, I'm gonna remove nothing. If I am on DevOS, I'm gonna remove this, this, and this, and that, because these things conflict with packages I want to import later on. So the 400 is the beginning. Well, basically what I do now, just run it, and you see all the conflicts, and you realize you need to make a new line for BigLinux and say remove this, remove that. And sometimes you need to use the RDD, so Arch Wiki Pacman, and see how that works and remove other stuff. Well, tell him to really remove it, right? The RDD, have a look what it is. So if I'm Garuda, I can run this script and I do all this gone. I don't need all these things, right? It's all about choices. The distro is all about making choices all the time, starting from the boot. And certainly in software choices. So, and if I am on Sierra, which is yet another ISO, right? If I'm Archman, remove this and this and that. If I'm on Archcraft, remove this and this and that. And of course, replace it with something that you like and that you actually have. All right. Is it finished? Scroll, scroll. Is my employee, my worker, finished? He's installing make init CPO firmware here, so we don't see all these errors here, like this one is strange. So guys, add the console font so we don't see this, and then it's fixed. It's just a font. Not important. It's not. It's just you'll get questions. Melt is being installed, sure, and here we have issues, but this is not an issue really, because this is the Git version and this is the normal version. They're in conflict, so nothing will happen. So MinStick just stays on. That's good. USB, right? Still works. It's just a click and it works. It is, however, quite transparent. Okay, that's better. NeoFetch, yep. Why is NeoFetch? I thought we had already NeoFetch. Sure. Okay. Here come my icons, right? Certain icons are the icons. That's what I want to test as well the ArchLinux 3 tool. And this is just playing around. This is fun. This is something new. Something new is always fun, right? I get it. The distro hoppers. But at some point in time, guys, choose. I remember a guy saying on Facebook, and it's been some years ago. I haven't seen him around. Well, not the logo. I remember his logo. And he said, which kind of stuck in my mind, it seems, stay 1 year on a distro. 1 year. Then you can decide if it's a good distro or not, right? 1 year. Sometimes there are people like 1 hour or 1 week. And he said 1 year. And so, yeah, actually, you have to give it a go, right? And after 1 year, you really know if you can rely, or if it's fast, or if it's any good. Yep. So, what do we get already? We've got some stuff in development department, git ahead, git find, but it's reloading its menu again since Visual Code is there, and it keeps on jumping, as you see, because of this here. We're finished. Cool. So that means that finally you can have a look at the menu. So stuff that's free, that I use, that you can use, that's just a sudo pacman away for you, right? Is all these guys. Did not install games. I did install Inkscape and GIMP and Flameshots and Nomax as well, I think. Internet, well, I'm more a Firefox guy, but Vivaldi is there, Chromium is there, Discord and Telegram came up. Multimedia, Spotify guy, VLC, and that's good for me, right? And of course, I need to make videos, simple screen recorder. Office, don't use Office actually. And if I do, it's WPS. Here's the ArchLinux tree tool. That's next up. System, no, not next. First the icons. Butterflies assistant, so thank you Garuda for making it. That's great, now we can all use it. Utilities. Nitrogen, yeah, some stuff, varieties here. We can launch that maybe. And continue, and accept and continue. And then we have abstract minimal space in sci-fi that I have added, right? Normally it's not there at all. Is the icon there? I think it's this one. Next. Let's see if that works. It depends, right? It depends if it works or not. Guess it doesn't. Big. I want to change, not, well, what is this actually? Big store. All right, this is all applications you can have. What are we in? All of them have been activated, Flatpak and Snappak. What I always find interesting to test is Spotify. Spotify exists in so many sorts, right? This one, that one, native, AWAR, and let's see if we have Flatpak. So you have the different sources if you type Spotify. That's a nice overview, right? It's nice to have a look and say, okay, cloud storage, give me that. Nextcloud, Sparkle, ArcClone, Megasync. Okay. I was thinking of changing the icons. How do I change the icons in this one? This is the control center, is it? Can I change icons here? Customize would be my guess. Colors, desktop effects, desktop themes, splash screen. Themes? So the KDE settings as such, icons and emoticons, let's try that. That's better. So the ArcoLinux Candy Beauty is something I would like to test out. Okay, we probably need to log out. Power off. Shall we reboot? There was an update of Linux kernels as well. Let's just reboot to be sure. Still looks good. Let's do a Control R. So snapshots are there. test and go back. And welcomed. Are the icons there? Oh yes, they are. Right? Yes, all the rest, my application startup from the auto start. I want all of these, but I'm not gonna log in, of course. Just yes, yes, and yes. Of course, and that was Brazilian, guys. That was Brazilian. Maybe, right? I don't know why. That's Brazilian. So when we launch Discord, let's do that again. If we launch Discord, that's something maybe you can look into. Nope, that was not it. Let's do that again, so we can see again. When you want to log in, it opens up a browser, and then handoff goes to, okay, you have made a URL there. Okay, no, nothing to change that. So I've got my icons. I'm so happy. When I click here, I see my icons. Of course, Big Store never was known to me before, so I can't have an icon for that. Scan page, new application, remote desktop, new application, video converter Mystic. And all the web apps, of course. And Google thingies. But this looks good again. So voila. How about the ATT? I think we best launch it with Control T. Was it not working? Then it's my own mistake. Let's do a, okay, Control T, no. Let's do a terminal then. Oh yeah, another idea. Super space. Super space adds numbers. What can I do with super space and numbers? There you go. How did I do that? Had the bar up there, the run or something. This is super Z. Okay, super Z. Let's do super Z again. Nope. Stop this thing. Stop this thing. Stop this thing. Stop this thing. Close. There he is. Right. Where is my terminal? Do I have Gonzole? I have Gonzole. Sudo pacman -s yakuake. And then we launch yakuake. Then we tell that F12 is good for us. And then we do F12. We close this up. Do not ask again. Control C. And then close. F12. Let's do that again then. Yakuake. Alright. F12. What was I thinking? I needed the terminal to do what? To launch ATT. There is a list index out of range here, but there's no error in sdm.conf. Otherwise we run fix sdm.conf, and then we have all these things that we boot up. So we don't want to have Discord for now, or that one, or that one. Variety is good, but it's not working, is it? Next. So not on this system. Design, more themes. Anybody can install DWM is the choice of my setup here. Install. Let's see that works. So we are adding to Plasma a tiling window manager based on DWM, and see that works. Quit ATT. SuperX not working. Power off. Log out. Log out. We might need a Control R, since this is taking quite some time. It's not something you do in your own machine, but a virtual machine, who cares, right? So right Control R, boof. I just pulled the plug. The video is already around 41 minutes. So we're in Plasma, but we do also have CHDWM now. Our theme is broken, but this is working just fine. And we have NeoFetch to show you that we have BigLinux made in Brazil. ATT. List index out of range. Somewhere, right? Doesn't say where. That's the problem always. User themer. Themer only works if you have awesome or 3 or left WM or Qtile. Terminal fun. Can add some fun. Not sure if he's gonna do that. Let's see. Control T. He is gonna do that. And if we want the lolcat, this takes a while because that's fast. It needs a lot of applications. That's not bad at all, right? So BigLinux, nah, fine. Let's keep it. And then more stuff you just install, play around with. The bash RC and bash. We did not do any of that. So nano.bashrc is now this. And in the end it ends with NeoFetch lolcat, check. And then we're not gonna play around with that. Bash RC. We can use the bashing is completion, but it's already installed, so don't have to do that. And here is the bash RC. We can use our bash RC from the ArcoLinux tweak tool with rip, update, and anything, right? All of them, right? And say, okay, let's overwrite this bash RC. And that means if you do this exact same thing that I did, then this is changed. Control X. So if I update the system, he gets what I mean. Upall everything, he gets what I mean. Right? Rip, he gets what I mean. Now, if applications do not exist, there's the extra thing. Select them all. Because rip needs XPack, ripgrab is a certain great tool, and Yay, Peru are there, bat, and so on. So if you, here we have nothing to do, nothing to do. Yay bin is now installed, it seems, and all the rest was nothing to do. So, you know, that's how we do things. And services, yeah, if Bluetooth is not there or network connection is not there, printing is not there, Samba is not there, you can do stuff. HBlock is a good test. HBlock is a good test. The etc hosts, this file is already a backup. So when we launch ArchLinux 3 tool, the most important files have already a backup, so we can always put it back, right? If you say reset, put backup back, then it's this one that goes there. So what's in here? This. When we enable HBlock, this is gonna change. It's around 300,000 or something. 300,033, right? 333,676. Oh my god, can't read anymore. Block domains, right? Any of the rubbish on the internet, and it seems quite a bit, is now blocked. Will not be able to see anything, leave cookies or whatever. You don't have any issue with it. So that's done as well. Just a plugin, so sudo pacman -s, and you have uBlock origin inside Firefox. Now here's the fun bit, right? Where do you shop? Of course, the new guys and the guys from BigLinux are not in here. It's about Arch, and it's about the Nemesis repo. And if you want to have more for the Garuda repo, Chaotix, you just add it. And suddenly you can shop around, right? You have the database that comes in. Now it's coming in. And with a sudo pacman -s Linux, I always type the kernel. Why? Because they have a lot of kernels, and you know how long building a kernel takes. But the tab is not working, I see. Control C. We do have a PAMAC here. Repositories, KL2KOR, and we scroll to Linux. Look at the slider, the size of the slider. We're at the B, right? B. I need to get to L. So let's go all the way down. I'm at G. Let it load up. Let it load up. It needs to get all the files. It's quite the database. So here we have Linux, AMD, ZenVR, and so on, and so on, and so on. AMD headers, AMD stuff. You can do a search for the guys on AMD. That's it, right? Choose and install and test on your own risk, of course. Okay, you're more Xenmod kind of guy. Look at the choices. Look at the choices. But this is all, eh? I'm back on all, not on purely Garuda, because I see here things that are not from Garuda. I think these guys, version 1, 2, 3, do not recall seeing that on Garuda, but I might be mistaken. Here is NVIDIA 390X, 470X, right? Go and test, go and test. See if it works for you. Kill. Super X kills everything, right? This is a kill X thingy. Super escape, sorry, super escape. And then click anything that's misbehaving and off it goes. It's gone. Super escape. Click. So that's shopping. NeoFetch is now beautiful, but we can set it to Ubuntu, Anarchy, Android, Arctic, Aria, and so on. Whatever we want to show inside NeoFetch, we can set it up here. Stuff where we get things, we can change it. So maybe this would be something if Paze is installed. Let's see. So Paze is an extra third-party repository which you can use to actually change things in here as well, because BigLinux updates table is not part of ArcoLinux. ArchLinux is something extra, and in order to have coverage for the extras on other distros that are based on Arch, yeah, Paze is there. All right, you can log in. We're logging in. Oh, look at that. Haha. SADM is not present, right? SADM is not present. So I made a code somewhere that says don't show it because of things that are missing. Then I make some kind of fail-safe basically. Then rather not show it to not get into issues. Now the grub is actually looking quite nicely. Right, but if we want to install the grub theme, then we can do that. I hope. This is the first test for me ever. Already at 50 minutes. Having so much fun. So grub has choices now. I can import other images, but I have images enough to just quickly make this one an ArcoLinux look. So 1, apply the Vimix theme. We have applied Vimix theme inside etc default grub. And then 2, decide to take this one, choose and apply wallpaper. Grub wallpaper saved. And it's time to check that out. So super X, and we reboot. I'll go back to Plasma. So snapshots still present, another look, that's all. BigLinux, we boot up. And let's fix this, right? Let's take a beautiful wallpaper. Ctrl-Alt-T, sudo pacman -s. Let's get the ArcoLinux stuff in. I am on bash and tab is not working. Bash completion. It is installed. Super X, logout. Oh yeah, I said we were going to Plasma again. So, Control-T, is that back in order? Not yet. Okay, whatever, text. Control-T is not working. Keyboard. Then Control Center. Let's see, the keyboard shortcuts are here. Shortcuts are here. Custom shortcuts, view, add application, touchpads. Let's see if console is coming out, terminal is coming out. Let me just make one. Console. Where is it? Here it is. Console, Control-T. All right. Stop then. We can stop. We have a Control-T. It is, however, not transparent at this point in time, for whatever reason. Two profiles, it seems. There's a blur background. Okay, a little bit better. I like some transparency, but I need to be able to read as well. So, SDM theme, right. Sudo pacman and the bash completion, that was a problem. ArcoLinux. Damn it, right? Now, a bash completion always works after logging out, but it was already installed, so I don't think that's the reason, but what could be the reason, right? I don't know. Control-T. Yes, I know. Thank you. Don't need it yet. So what I was doing is sudo pacman -s. Let's get an update again in. Right, you see all these repos. So I can select something from the chaotic AOR. I can select something from Nemesis repo. You see these icons, that's that. Or I can select something from the repo, which was CHDWM actually. ATT is coming from ArcoLinux Repositories. And this time I am trying again to see if we can have a tab, which is not true. ArcoLinux grub theme. Not sure about theme actually. Git. Yes, that's the name. Oh, grub, oh my mistake. No, it's exactly something similar. SDDM, and then totally something different. Simplicity. Is it theme or is it just Git? Is it season? Oh, right on. So that's gonna be the new theme, not the other one that was grub, that was already done with ATT, my mistake. But if you log out, Super X, not gonna work, that's a trash. I'm so used to the key bindings of CHWM. Log out. I do it before I think. And there we have it, right? We've got our simplicity theme, which greets us with our beautiful. If anybody knows what town this is, would be great to know. With a beautiful image from a town. Probably not my town where I live in. Country place. So, Control T still working? Yay! ATT. Which means if this works, if this kind of works, we can add another line to the list here that is also working on BigLinux. Now, one of these things, I don't know what it is, but one of the things is reading something, and there is some kind of, not an ending, right? That's something arranged he wants to check out, and he can't really find. I don't know. Just making this up. That's a problem with all these errors. You never know where it's coming from, and can it come from, right? This we can install it. I mean, let's try one. Install selected. You see what's going on, right? It's just a pacman -s if it's on ArchLinux or ArcoLinux or Nemesis or Garuda at this point in time. He'll install it. It's just sudo pacman. So it depends, of course, on what repos you have. This worked fine. We can install lots of other stuff, and that's just again sudo pacman -s. So nothing special about that. The ArchLinux keyring, is that working? Yep, that's okay. So as a safeguard, we have the ArchLinux keyring in your system already, right? So if there's something wrong with the keys, we get it from your own computer at this point in time. So that's the local thingy. And if you got internet, well, then there's no issue. We just go for downloading. Yeah, there we go. Downloading the package and installing it from the temp file. Because that's always the issue, right? Keys, always keys. And here we have something extra, a fix key, which is actually a script that we take everywhere with us. Again, because keys are so important, and sometimes you need to reset everything and reload everything. And as you see, this is the list we get at here. So Arch, Arco, BigLinux, Celtic, Garuda, EndeavourOS, Manjaro. Off we go, I hope. And we've got everything set up and running again. Now this takes a while, as you see, so it's good that it's working. There's something wrong, maybe the guys should check it out. No public key for whatever Manjaro reason. Well, let's not wait for it. Let's just put it there and see what happens. We can set mainstream servers from ArchLinux. We can have a look at what servers are they using now. etc. And pacman t. And then it's finishing off here on the other end. So we have Celtic mirror list and Endeavour list. This is the mirror CDN. We should open that. So from Manjaro, Cloudflare redirecting, Brazil, of course, mirror list, Rackspace. So these are the default servers that I always use, right? So the script, the ArcoLinux Nemesis script, changed a lot to the system. So it's not anymore a big Linux thing. So it's quite different. I don't know if the back is still in there. No, it isn't, right? So because I ran the ArcoLinux Nemesis script, I changed quite some settings, quite a few settings in here. So it's not right. It's different. We bought the modernize. That's our choice of icons. There's no drop down, so that might be the one that's out of range. That might be one. So let's see. Oh, it's actually kind of frozen, I think. Working on Manjaro, so it thinks it's a Manjaro. Yep. So I guess there's still work for the machine here to be able to run it on BigLinux. So super escape is not working for me either. So none of this thing is responsive. I can, voila, here we get some messages. Terminate, wait longer, yeah, doesn't really give me a clue of what's going on with it here in this particular moment. But it's launched here, so I can actually control C it here. It's a terminal, and you just control C this, and that's it. And for anybody who want to try, here it says Wayland desktops are not supported, Sway and Hyperland, so don't try. So it knows it's a Manjaro. We have again a responsive thing. What was I going to think? I was busy. What was I thinking? Fixes, no. Oh yeah, did we bought the modernize? Ah, this time it's loaded. We bought the modernize, apply. User share icons default. So this is the breeze. Cursor, okay. Double click. I think that's not gonna launch. Ah, yes, it is launched. I want this one. Apply, okay. Oh no, that's the now we wait, we be more patient. Although I don't think now it's launched. That's the original. That's the one, modernized. There you are. Apply. Okay, this guy. So now we have the SDM. When I log out, it's also going to be the proper icon, but as you see, it's still the breeze. So that's something you need to do, is power off or log out. Sometimes log out is enough for icons and cursors. Sometimes you need to reboot. And here we have the correct cursor. And let's see if it's in here as well. And it is in here as well. Why is NSYNC always popping up here? I thought I'd thrown you out. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. So this is where Latte doc gets launched. So this thing, that thing. So don't delete that one. It might be a problem, right? It is strange why variety doesn't work, right? The background, refresh desktop, desktop and wallpapers. We can go for Big Brazil, right? Apply, okay. Nice little grungy look. And then is the question, why is the next not working? In the meantime, we have Control T. There's something red up there. Update the system. Manjaro release. Oh, look at that. 2205. And what is in here? Manjaro release. What's in there? What is he doing to my system? Manjaro release. Release definition. Files. Oh, it's an LSB release. Okay. Control T. But nothing changed. On my NeoFetch, that's good. An LSB release. That's an underscore. Okay, then we ask, give me everything. Or you do a help first. And you say, help is all minus A. BigLinux based on Manjaro Linux. So, who did that, right? Who did it? Probably not Manjaro. If it is a genuine package from Manjaro. So what always is interesting is have a look at the etc pacman.d to the hooks. What hooks are there? Fix upstream data hooks. Okay. Copy. Open, please. Okay, that's just to fix the icons and the text. But nothing actually nothing that changes. Maybe other places, there are other places to check for hooks. But maybe that would lead us too far out of our comfort zone and interest for people as well. Was it in lib? I always forget. I think if I recall, I needed something to remind me, and I think it was SUV, and SUV is a car, and this is where it is. User share lib alp pm. That's what I always forget. Lib alp pm. Where are you guys? Again, lib a. Not here. Or was it somewhere else? User share, not user lib, user share. Lib a. There he is. Lib alp. And here are hooks. And then you check it out, right? Some of them are Arch based, or are Manjaro based. And here we have BigLinux apps rename, changes to Plasma hook, BigLinux improve compatibility, remove hook. So apps rename maybe. Ouch, a lot of hooks. Well, not hooks. So all these desktop files get changed in this version. They rename the applications. BigLinux apps rename. So in scripts, lib alm, in scripts, apps rename. Open. Device 0. Rename 2. Apps to hide, we don't want to see those. And then we say no display is true. That's indeed a very handy little trick. And we use an ArcoLinux as well. Because sometimes you don't need, what was it again? The name. Memory, right? Memory. Enfin. I'll maybe figure it out. Or maybe it's in here. Maybe it's in here. Nope, it's not. But some of them are hidden as well on ours, like the yet icon browser, right? Nobody needs that. I forgot the other name. It's actually used as a backend of many applications. Let me pause. I want to know. I found it. Electron is one we don't want to see. So all these things are going to be changed. We have a similar package on ArcoLinux that does that, but not that many. So here we have all kind of things. You can have a look, right? Open up and see what it all is. Changing this, changing that, for whatever reason, right? I'm not going into detail, but it is interesting to follow the steps a computer makes, right? What is it doing? It's doing this and that and changes that. And that's of course a university on its own. How does a distro fit all the pieces together? And it works awesomely because of and, right? A lot of information is in here. A lot of study work is in here. Here we have the MHW conf, lib32 is true, Control T, MH something, and there we have all the MHWD applications. But I'm more words in my variety than anything else. That's a nuisance. Why is it not working, right? Sudo pacman sudo pacman -s ArcoLinux variety ArcoLinux variety config git config nope git. That seems to be something. Yeah, that's the one I need. ArcoLinux variety config. And who's in control of that particular package? Sudo pacman minus -qo, and then let's copy paste it then. Zip. Ctrl Shift C, Ctrl Shift V, enter. No one owns it. Fine. Sudo remove that thing. Get rid of it. Then install my package. My package. Then we do a scal. Scal is not found. I have scals. What? Double Eric. Yes. Scal is something we've imported from ArcoLinux, and it's a way to copy paste everything that's inside each scal to the home directory. So be careful if you use it, which is okay, because I want to have the configuration so that it works. Awesome! I've got it fixed again. And this is what Variety gave me. Variety is going to fetch the stuff from Wallhaven. Well, in the meantime, it's overwritten again because right. So I have to type. I'm so lazy. Wallhaven. Somebody said to me, simple is actually a great tag. So I think I'm gonna add simple to the tags and wait for it, because there you go, right? You like the ladies, then the ladies it is simple. Right? This is more design lady, but no, it's not only about ladies, it's just the word simple and a tag. And yes, there are also very simple things in here. So this is actually one I've put aside, which I kind of like. Right? Beautiful. Beautiful. I do admire people who can create things like that. If only, right? I would have more time and probably also more talent. This would be great. I hope they earn money with it. I really do. Nice. I'm at the end. It's 1 hour 40 minutes. I went over by 40 minutes. That means I kind of like BigLinux. Yeah. So if you like what you see, maybe have a look and say, all right, let's give it a try, give it a go, and think about what I said, right? If you stay long enough, right? Maybe not a year, but a month at least, try it out, give it some time to get acquainted with it, to get to know the tools and the quirks and everything. As everything has a kind of learning curve. So get to know new applications, get to know new configs, new scripts, and whatever, and stick with it for a while. And if you like it, another idea, if you're working on it for longer than a year, consider donating to that particular Linux, because all of this, all the servers, websites, and all that, it costs money. It costs time. Time is money, they say, right? Then support your preferred Linux distribution. All right, have fun. Cheers.